In today's video, we are making ready ruffles. This is an element for the Scrapbuster Junk Journal Challenge that we are doing this March. Details in the description box down below. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie and we are here and we're going to make ready ruffles. This is our first R in the Scrapbuster for elements, and so I had picked the ones that I thought people might not know what I was talking about. So we're going to make some ready ruffles. I have the items here. So we need to make the ready ruffles and they need to have 3 items that are going on them, and there needs to be at least 3 different ones. We need to make 6 of them total. I have this paper. I believe it's 9 inches this way because the book that I've chosen, it needs 9-inch edges. And so one of the places I like to use ruffles is on the edge. I'm going to go ahead and rip a strip. Okay. So probably we're going to need a few of them. So we'll start by ripping 3. Okay. So remember, our journal is a hardcover 2 signature. It can be any size, any theme, but it needs to hold all of the elements that we are making for this challenge. So I have ripped 3 of the edges. So the first way I'm going to show you is fabric. Okay, so taking a piece of fabric that is longer than our piece, because this one, well, this one's a little bit longer. Yeah, we can go that way. Okay, but let's take it from this side because it's flatter. It's flatter. And again, I like to rip things, so we are going to rip our fabric here. Okay, so I've cut it off. It's about 1 inch. I'll put that right up there. Pull my frayed edges off of it. And then I'm going to use fabric tack. And so far our fabric tack is working really well. Okay. So I see some are already getting elements finished. I see some have picked out their items. This time, you guys, I didn't even have my items picked out. I didn't even know what I was going to do when I came up with the challenge. Okay, so I am going to so this is for those that don't sew or don't have a sewing machine. I'm just going to go ahead, come down here, and I am ruffling right on the paper. You've seen me do this before. There is a reason and method to my madness here. Okay, so I'm just grabbing the glue and pinching it up, and so that hopefully there's glue to be pinched inside that ruffle. Okay, and then we'll come back and we'll give it just the little bit of holding it down. So I have an update on the puppy Holly. And Holly, she's the one that went to Arizona to live with my daughter and grandkids and son-in-law. And she and the dog that they have they had before they had her, now they have 2. They are doing so good together. They had to introduce them slowly. He's very hyper. He's a very hyper dog. They're tyke dog. And so he is a white pit bull with just a couple of spots. And then you remember Holly was the one that had the brown spot over her eye, and she ended up, she has 2 different colored eyes. She's an amazing dog, you guys. We took her to Arizona so she could go be with her family, and she was such an amazing car dog. Oh my gosh. So here is our first base. And that is a ruffle done with fabric tack glue. Could do it with the Tombow. Also, it's just going to take a lot longer to dry. And you have to keep telling it who's boss. So before we started, I did go and I also made one with stitching it on. Okay, so we have one that's stitched on the paper and we have one that is glued onto the paper. Now, why do I like to do this? I like to do this because I can do this when my pages aren't even ready yet, okay? Or maybe I need to be in the area where the sewing machine is and I need a project that I can do there, whatever. Or I just have some scraps of fabric left and I can go ahead and attach them to paper, and then all I have to do is attach my paper to paper. I call these ready ruffles because they are ready to go into the journal. So let's go ahead, and for our next one, I'm going to use the mulberry paper. And we have this mulberry paper, and I've had this for years. It was a product that Dots, which is now close to my heart, carried, and I never, that was many years ago, early 90s that I did that, and that I sold Dots and close to my, and then I went through the transition when they changed their name, and So there we have the mulberry paper, and we're going to do the same thing. Now, just so you know, I am going to decorate these and show you a couple of ideas of how to add other color. Okay, see, I'm putting down the fabric tack. We need to work a little faster. Okay, so we're going to grab it, pinch it, grab it, pinch it. You see it was doing really good. Okay, but I want the mulberry paper to travel across the glue so that it is grabbing glue as it goes across. Okay, and you could just leave it with those little, they look like shutters. Okay, and then again come in and put the glue, and that's up to you if you want to do the glue. You could go ahead and hand sew this, do some kind of fancy stitch or something. That would be really cool. Okay, but there we have that one, and I did do a ruffle where I stitched it before we came in. So there is that. And then we have one more. This one is going to be a little different. You see, I have a dryer sheet out, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure you use a dryer sheet that's already been used, maybe even twice, so that it doesn't have, it's not as fragrant. Oh my gosh, you guys, I went and started, I thought the one that I had was a used one, and I pulled it like this and I started sneezing. Oh my goodness, it was, because, you know, the fragrance is in those fibers. It just like, it was like exploding. It was crazy. Okay, so I've cut off a piece about 3 inches, 2.5 to 3 inches. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to cut little rectangles that are about 1.5 inches. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got these little rectangles, and this time I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get my gobbledygook on, and I'm going to have places where it's going to be. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and take it, put it down, and ruffle it up. My fingers are sticking to everything. Okay. Take it, ruffle it up. So this is for those that especially you don't have a whole lot of other stuff. Remember that you can use your fabric sheets. You can use clothing. If you have, you know, I don't know about you, but Goodwill right now, I can't take stuff to the Goodwill. They're open, but they're only, I don't know, they're probably only getting it from the really good areas or something. I don't know. Or they're so full they can't take anymore. I did work for Goodwill for a few years, and there were periods of time that we had so much stuff that we couldn't take more donations because it would be a fire hazard. Okay, so there we go. And so kind of like a kite, that's what that reminds me of. Okay, so like a little kite tail. Woo. Okay, so, and of course I did do one with the stitching beforehand. So that gives us our 3 different ones. If you're here at the premiere, I'm waving hi and say hello to Midnight. Hi, Midnight. I'm so glad you've joined us today. If this is your first Dear Julie premiere, just know that we do this every day at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. And we have a live chat because we use the premiere format. You can join us in that live chat by hitting that live chat button. Come on in, say hello so we can get to know you. And also we have our Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Facebook group. It is a great place for us to get to know each other, and there is a free digital kit in the file section while we are home, safer at home. And also, don't forget the details video for this challenge is in the description box down below. We'd love to have you join us. Let's get back to our program. Now remember, we have to add our 3 items to what we're using. So I'm going to go ahead and oh my gosh, I love this lace. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and this will help me cover up my mess because I did have a little bit of a mess over here. Okay, and this is probably, you know, this might be too long for some place. I can cut it kind of like a snippet, you guys. Kind of like a snippet, but these are ready ruffles. And this is something I've done. You've seen me do this before. Okay, having things ready. Okay, and then, you know, on this one, I think it might be kind of fun to go ahead and do our little flower. Let's see, what do we think of this? Let's come over to where we okay, we have 5. 1, 2. If you have buttons, you could put buttons on here. That would be cute, I think. So we're just adding our 3 other things, because all of our embellishments, after you make the actual embellishment, it needs to be embellished. And it can be embellished with, you know, even like stenciling or stamping. It doesn't have to be something that is going to add bulk, because I know that that's one of the things that happens in these challenge journals is we end up with a lot of bulk. And okay, let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't even pick things up. Okay. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and add this. You saw that we have added the bling yesterday. Okay, the bling on that one stuck to the background piece. Okay, I'm going to skip this one and go, whoa, did we stick again? We did. Huh. Well. Okay, now this one that's second to the top, I am going to go ahead and add a Rapunzel hair to it. Okay, just like we've been doing. I'm going to go ahead and twist it. A lot of these things are the things that I do over and over again. If you have questions about it, just go ahead and ask. But this Rapunzel hair is just gold thread. Okay. Go ahead and put this underneath this one. Okay, so we'll make this one a little special. Add the bling. And then I have, you're going to see me in this journal, I'm going to be using some items that were given to me by Jessica. I'm a cool mom. I'm one of her Patreons, and I get a little embellishment kit, and so I'm going to be using some of those items in this journal because they are just perfect for it, and I need to use them. They're just here. So this key is one of them, and I'm going to go ahead and attach that right there on the edge. Okay, so there's one. And so remember we had this gorgeous lace. Let's see whether I would rather use it with this or with this. I think I'd rather use it with this. I think it won't get as lost. Okay, and I think we'll go with 2 pieces. Like this. Kind of making it like a tab. And then one of our flowers that we've been using. And we'll want to do the whole thing that we've been doing with the flower, which is adding fluffy flower. Let's go ahead and cut some fluffy flowers and just have them here on the messy desk. That was from an atlas page. Okay, so yeah, so this one's also going to want a piece of the Rapunzel hair. So we're going to go around 4 fingers, then around 3 fingers, then around 4 fingers, and then go ahead and twist it. Then we grab a small piece of this. And I have more of the Dollar Tree flowers that I'll be able to use in this. So you're going to see me use those a lot because they were from something else. Okay, so let's go ahead, put this together. This is going to be similar to what we did yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and put our fabric tack down, put our lace, put our fabric tack down, put our flower, put our, oh, we should put this behind it on an angle so that it's, okay, so I did that at an angle so we've got all those things happening there. Put this down, let some of that glue fly up through the thing there. Put one of these down, but we want to make sure it's on the side that has the most, or I want to make sure it's on the side that has the most letters, words. Okay, and we're going to add another piece of there. Okay, so that gives us one. This gives us another one. You see, these are ready to go right onto a page. And we'll just glue them right on. They could also be a belly band. They can go on, I mean, there's just going to be so many things we'll be able to do with these. But they are one of my favorite things to make. Especially when I'm having trouble figuring out what the heck I want to do next. Okay, so here we have this. We have this. I'm thinking, so I have this piece of music, and I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and rip down. And this was Happy Mail. I think it was from Bonnie in something, and I've been saving it. But I was trying to think of things that I could add, and I was like, oh, I've got that piece of music. So here is this piece of music, and I want to make sure that you see the treble clef. I'm going to go ahead and put that up there. I'm going to go ahead and do a Rapunzel hair up at the top. Okay, Rapunzel hair up at the top. Twist, twist and twist. And I liked in the last one where I already had the Rapunzel hairs ready. Okay, and then the next ones I need to do towards the bottom because I already have 2 that are what I would call towards the top. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on the music. And I am going to put a little on here. Okay, just to make sure that we stick. Okay, that we have something to stick to. Okay, so we have music, we have Rapunzel here, and then we have a fly. We have a fly. You guys, isn't it too cold for a fly? I did have the door open earlier. I'm trying to get Wiley to come inside. So when it's warm, I can open the door, I do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a flower up here at the top. The very top. Very, very top. Okay, and I want to make sure that I can see that treble clef, so I'm going to do that. We'll just do the same little set of decorations. I think we've used all the ones that were already cut. So I get this bling at Michael's, and when I was there the other day, I saw that they have it, and now it's like it's $1.49. It's been $1.50 for a long time, and now it's $1.49. It is one of my very favorite things, and this one, the black with the silver, is my favorite. Okay. So that gives us it's got 1, 2, 3 things going on it. And we could just, you know, go ahead and bling this up with a little fingernail polish. Because I've been missing the sparkle. Okay, so there is that one. And we could go ahead and do the same thing on these, or we can go ahead and try something different. We have this. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can cut this apart. So whatever that was, we got it off. I'm thinking we can ruffle this ribbon. This will be the top one for the other signature. And we can give it a bow, a flower. Flower. Okay, there's that. Then we'll take one of these. And one of these. And that gives us another one. Okay, so we have another one of the ruffles. So we can just keep going on. You need to add at least 3 things. I have 3 that are 3 different styles. Okay, so I have 6 total. I do need to go ahead and finish these other 2. You'll see those finished in another video. So yeah, I'm thinking that this is going to be a lot of fun. I have the little hearts that we made yesterday, and then this. And so, which one's your favorite? This is my favorite, and I cannot wait to play with these and come up with something for those. So again, we have ready ruffles. These are ready to go into our journals. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.